Hi guys, welcome back to God's Glory. Guys, so this relationship talk has no structure, but I'm gonna try keep it around dealing with why first I'll start with why godly relationships fail, and then also like dealing with a breakup, a courtship breakup, or like a breakup with somebody who you thought was gonna be your husband and where you did everything right. Let's talk about something that I have experience about. So everything that we're talking about right now is going to be based on my own experiences, and it's going to be my own opinions, and it's probably going to be like from the experiences of people around me, So it has nothing to do with whatever church I go to, whoever I associate myself with, or anything like that. It's me. It's Rosalia's own opinion and a bit of wisdom. So anywho, godly relationships, like I said, is a relationship where God is supposed to be the center, right? And then most of the time we fail at putting God in the center because we are humans, you know, like every other human, we are not perfect and we can fail. But then the reasons why most courtships fail is because we jump into it, we run into it. Like I say, I'm not saying there's something wrong with the system. And like I said, guys, this is my own opinion. So, what I think is that we jump into things too quickly because we are afraid of sinning. You get what I'm saying? So, you see somebody, and then you don't even get to know them. You just decide you want to start courting them. You get what I'm saying? And that's already a big mistake because now you've met Rosalia, you see her, you like her, you don't even start talking to her, you just decide no, you want to start dating her, which is really bad because at first you do not know me, you do not know what I like, you do not know what I dislike, and then you just decide no, you want to spend the rest of your life with Rosalia just because she's a God-fearing woman. It's good, it's good, like you should see one quality, but then you cannot base your whole life upon that one quality of a person, right? Okay, cool. So you get into the relationship, you start doing this relationship. The other thing that also sets us up for doom is the fact that you're getting to know the person is not genuinely like a thing of, okay, let's try to see whether this is gonna work. It's like the moment you start courting somebody, we literally have this belief in our heads that we have to make this work so that it can end in marriage. Sorry, we are not really open to the fact that a relationship can fail. We are not open to the fact that this is just a trial and error. Like, I'm still young, I still need not that I'm still young. Like, we don't have that mentality that I'm still young, and that it's okay to make the mistake of falling in love with the wrong person or thinking that this person is going to be my husband or my wife. Like, we go into the relationship with the mentality that no, I'm gonna get married to this person, come thunder, come what. You get what I'm saying? So that already also sets us up for doom because you do not have open options. You are literally just focusing on this one person, and the moment the person disappoints you, it's like your whole life comes crumbling down. And this is why, like, a Christian relationship breakup is very, very worse than a normal breakup, because of these reasons, because you have had so much high expectations of this person. The other thing that sets us up for doom is the fact that we are not we are literally so afraid of sinning that we do not focus on the moment. So all we focus on is like, let us not sin, let us not sin, let us not sin, and we do not focus on not, you know, you getting to know this person better, if you get what I mean. So most of the thing that I realize with us Christians, and when we date in like when we date in churches, or like when we date under a controlled environment, is that we are afraid to get to know the person better in the name of sin. It's like we focus more on the sin instead of focusing more on the relationship, which is a very important thing, because the moment you focus on something, it it will definitely distract you, and then you will reason from that point of view. You'll be like, no, can we please go out on a date, like let's go out for dinner, and you are like, no, what if after the date I just decide that I'm just sexually attracted to you and I want to have sex with you. And guys, as much as people don't want to talk about this, it's like most of our Christian dating is surrounded by let's not have sex, and we forget that as much as sex should not be done before marriage, and I totally agree with that. I'm not against it at all. I also just feel like we should also focus on other things. Like we focus too much on the sex part of things, that at the end of the day you feel like you've won a trophy just because you did not have sex before marriage, but then you realize that actually you did not get to know your partner the way you were supposed to know them. Like you were just focused so much on not sinning to the point of like, you are now getting married to this person, and then now that that phase is over, you don't even know what you are dealing with. So I think that's the one other reason why our relationships fail, because we are so much focused on not sinning, and then we do not see that the person is also human, and then try to get to know the other person better. The other reason is that our expectations. So you feel like just because Rosalie is a child of God, she's supposed to be perfect, right? Just because Rosalie is a child of God, she's not supposed to be like the world. We forget that we are all people that were born of this world, who are born in this world, but we are all just trying to be different people. Like it's a trial and error kind of thing. Like there are people who have it right, and congratulations to you guys, but like we forget that most of us are still figuring things out. Most of us, like as much as we get to know Christ, like we find out new things about ourselves, and then as we get to know ourselves, we actually realize that, you know what, Christianity is supposed to be done this way, not this way. And I think that's the whole point of it. Like we forget that the other person is also human, to the point that once you are in this relationship, you kind of think of Jesus. Like you look at this person and you think of Jesus, because you feel like this person is such a perfect human being, and you do not allow room for error for this person. So the thing that's really bad about that is that the moment you get disappointed again, or the moment this person just makes an error, which is humanly, like you are a person, you're not perfect, it's like we think so bad of them, we get so disappointed in them, and then we try to think that no, maybe this is not supposed to be a godly relationship, or maybe this is not how it's supposed to be. And like I said, guys, all these things I'm speaking either of my own experience or like from people around me's experiences. The other thing that also sets us up for doom in godly relationship is the fact that most of the time we involve a lot of people, and then we feel like the moment we involve a lot of people, we feel like we are not meant to disappoint them. So like we try so hard to make this thing work, that to the point of doing it for other people, doing it for the sake of making it work, doing it for the sake of not, like, you've already gotten these people known by who and by who, and then now you wouldn't want to come back to your church leaders or to your pastors, like, and then tell them that you have a failed relationship. So the other thing that I think also sets us up for doom, or that I saw, is the fact that most of the time we, like I said, we are dating from a point of, or like we are courting from a point of do not sin, right? And sorry guys, I'm gonna use dating and courting interchangeably. Just know that if I use it in a Christian context, I literally mean courting, right? So the other thing is, like I said, is when you get people, like when you involve your church members, right? And there are really some churches that have rules, and I understand why they have these rules, because they are seeing everything from a do not sin kind of point of view. Like your relationship need to reflect God and everything like that. And I really understand like that you need to have somebody on your dates or stuff like that, so that they can just help you not sin and stuff. But from my own personal point of view, I feel like that kind of sets you up for doom. Maybe I'm saying this because I'm used to being like a very independent kind of lady, but then like I just feel like once you have somebody, oh, you always have somebody there, it's kind of gonna take away from your self-control. Like, you cannot exercise self-control anymore because there's always a third wheel on your date. Get what I'm saying? You are not even open to speak about things that you need to talk about, things that are very important to speak about before you get into a marriage with this kind of person, because now there's a third person there and you wouldn't want them to know what you guys are speaking about. And such is that there always being a third person is that what if there comes a time where there is not that third person? Or let's say, what if you guys get married one day, you get married, and then like this person goes into another country, and then you guys are not supposed to see each other, like let's say for 3 months, just circumstances, like where like this person is so used to there being a third person. Now it's like you are alone, and then now you haven't exercised self-control enough for you to get to know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know and I guess, sorry, those are just my reasons and my opinions as to why most Christian relationships like are set up for doom. It's because of the way we start off the relationship. And the little advice from the little experiences that I had is that what you need to do is, before you jump into a relationship, is like take your time to get to know the person. Like, you do not need to, like, you don't need to date like to be in a committed relationship with the person in order for you to know their interests and all of that. Because sometimes you actually realize that there are actually some red flags, but because you are already in a relationship with this person, you feel like you cannot get out of it. And because there's already so much investment that was done in it, like your church pastors and everybody already knows. The other thing is also that just know what you want, like before you get into a relationship. Like, lay it all down there, like put it down to the person that this is what submission to me sounds like. Submission to me is not me kneeling down to you and then like washing your hands and washing your feet. Submission to me means like, just tell the person what you expect, because most of the people like have a different kind of take on relationships. Let's say somebody would be like, no, yeah, because we are in a courtship, like you are supposed to show me that you are gonna be my wife, you are capable of being my wife. So this guy would probably be the type that would want you to be cooking, to be cleaning, to be doing all these wifely duties for him, in order for him to see that you will be able, capable of that. And then for some other people, submission means that you have to call him Lord. You, like I said, you have to bow down for him and all that. Like, so these are the things that you just need to find out, like before you start dating this person, like things that are going to affect your marriage, like things that people do not want to have a talk about. You have to ask those questions. You have to get to know this person on another level, so that even if you don't end up getting into this relationship, you know the reason why you didn't get into this relationship. Then the other thing is also, like, if you know that this is like let's say, let's talk about just the physical touch and all those affectionate things. Like, some people feel like sex before marriage means that they should not touch, they should not kiss, they should not even hold hands. And other people, to them, it's like, no, we should just not do the act of sex. You get what I'm saying? So these are the questions that we should be asking before you get into a relationship with somebody. So with all that said, I just hope that this video is not all over the place, and then I'm gonna make a part 2 of this video where I speak about how to deal with a breakup, a relationship breakup. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this, and then bye. See you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.